Namo Buddhaya. My homage to my teacher, to our Pingwat Loku Swamin Wahanse. That's our most venerable Avasarai Kiriwatgoda Jnanananda Mahathera. Dear children, so far we have completed almost 25 episodes for you to learn the Buddha's teachings, for you all to learn who a Buddha is, what Buddha has taught, and the Buddha's teachings in detail, in brief, in stanzas, stories, from Jataka stories, from Dhammapada stories, from suttas, then Parita chantings. We have learned a lot. And there are some sermons we have promised to teach you all, and we will be covering them in the upcoming sermons. So we are hoping to cover all the sermons we have promised to teach you all within the 4 or 5 programs. We are hoping to complete them, and then hopefully to start a new program in the future. So children, how many of you all have listened to all the episodes? All the Mirror of Dhamma episodes? Now take a strong determination to start listening from the beginning to the end. Each and every child who watch this program can take a strong determination to go to Shraddha TV website, or else to go to Colombo Dhamma Friends website, and then start listening from the beginning. This program was conducted out of compassion towards you all, for you all to correct your mistakes, abandon wrong views and develop right views, and to develop an unshakable confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. The chance we have got to learn this Dhamma, to practice this Dhamma, is a rare opportunity. One day there will be a day you would not see monks at all in this world. You would not hear the Buddha's teachings at all. Until the Maitreya Buddha appears in this world, after the Gautama Buddha's dispensation is over in another 2400 years, after that you will not hear these teachings. You, in the sense, even if you are reborn, suppose you are reborn in the human world in 6,000 years, in 7,000 years, there will be no Buddha's teachings. The Maitreya Buddha will only appear in this world once human beings' lifespan increases to 84,000 years. Then only you will again get a chance to hear the Buddha's teachings. Before that, if you go to a divine world where Kalyana Mitras live, where divine beings who have gone for refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, by practicing this Dhamma you can meet them in next life in divine worlds, but without practicing you will not meet them. So see how many of you all can update us weekly by listening to this program and also to the previous programs. So this Mirror of Dhamma program will not continue for more than another 4 or 5 weeks. So we are hoping to cover the topics that we have promised you all and come up with a new program if possible in the future. So today, as usual, let's go for refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha and observe the 5 precepts. And today we are hoping to teach you about the 5 precepts, how to protect the 5 precepts, the conditions to protect the 5 precepts, and the conditions to break the 5 precepts. So then we can happily protect the precepts. And once accidentally or by any chance, if we break any of the precepts, we will know that we have broken a precept and we will observe them again, and we will have the chance to observe and protect the precepts. So let us go for refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha and observe the wonderful 5 precepts. Sadhu, sadhu, Sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Saṅgaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi saṅgaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi saṅgaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. To observe the 5 precepts, say after me. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I follow these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths. In this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now, let's listen to a Dhamma sermon. This is about the 5 precepts. Namo Buddhaya. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, Sadhu, sadhu. Dear children, Supreme Buddha has preached us that we should refrain from killing living beings. We should leave off all the batons, clubs and weapons, should feel shy in killing living beings. Should feel shy in killing living beings. Should have the fear to kill living beings. And should practice compassion towards all living beings. What should we do? We should practice compassion towards all living beings. Do we have that compassion? Some parents tell me, some small children, they step on ants and they trample ants, small insects. Don't do that. All living beings like to live happily. If you trample others, if you step on other animals purposely, intentionally, you will be smashed one day. When you scold someone, there'll be a person to scold you one day. A person will be created just to scold you. Don't dig your own graveyard by doing unwholesome deeds. Unwholesome is always unwholesome. It gives you sadness. So we came to this human world not to decline from the human world and to be born in a bad world. We came to this human world to gain merit and again go back to a higher divinity. Since it's difficult for us to realize the Dhamma like during the Supreme Buddha's time, we should at least try to practice and protect the 5 precepts, meditate, offer dana, and at least delight in the Buddha's teachings and go to a divine world by becoming a stream entrant. We should have the hope to become a stream entrant in this life. That is our hope. And to be born among Devas so that we can easily practice this Dhamma. So, the first precept will be broken if you happen to kill a living being, knowing that it is alive. So, or else you make somebody to kill another living being. So, there are 2 ways you can break the first precept. How? You can straight away kill a living being, knowingly, and then you can make someone else to kill a living being. 2 ways. There are 5 factors that should be fulfilled to break the first precept. There are 5 precepts. The first one is abstaining from killing living beings, then abstaining from stealing, abstaining from sexual misconduct, abstaining from telling lies, abstaining from taking alcohol and drugs. Supreme Buddha introduced these things out of compassion. The Buddha imposed these 5 precepts for us to overcome fear and hatred. At the end of the day, before you go to sleep, you can practice meditation on your precepts. You can practice meditation on your virtuous life. Before you go to sleep, you can think, today I did not kill living beings. Today I did not steal. Today I did not engage in sexual misconduct. Today I did not cheat anyone. Today I did not take alcohol and drugs. So I am a virtuous person. My good name will go everywhere. My good name, my good life will be known by others. I have done something to be born among Devas. My good reputation will develop. And I have gained a lot of merit to my lives. I have done what Supreme Buddha has said. So you can meditate like that. When you meditate like that, from your own good qualities, you can develop some happiness. You can generate happiness. Usually we try to generate happiness by watching a cartoon, or by eating something delicious, or by hearing something, or by playing a sport. Even playing a sport, you can win or lose. Winning and losing are both present in sport, in games. And even video games, you get fed up after some time. But precepts, even if you recollect after 2 years that you have protected precepts, that happiness will generate more good karma by recollecting the good deeds you have done in the past. Buddha has said that when we recollect the good deeds we have done in the past, When we recollect that again and again, our merit will develop more and our merit will multiply. So, do you all practice the meditation on your virtuous life? I don't think so. So from today onwards, try to practice this new meditation. So when you practice this meditation, if you are not virtuous, if you were not virtuous, you will recognize your faults. And then next day you will have a strong determination to protect that precepts. Why? You can't live peacefully, you can't go to sleep peacefully, you can't sleep peacefully by breaking precepts. Why? People will regret. When you tell lies, you will have the fear that you will get caught. So if you like to abandon that fear, abandon telling lies, abandon killing living beings, abandon stealing, abandon engaging in sexual misconduct, abandon telling lies, abandon taking alcohol and drugs. You all might be very small right now, but remember, you all are gradually growing. You will become adults very soon. In 3-4 years time, all of you all will become 17, 18. Then you will have the freedom to be away from your parents. You will meet bad friends, and the main thing they would say is, let's go for a drink, invite you for parties. Then when all your friends take alcohol and drugs, how are you going to remain without engaging with those bad things? That's why children, now itself, try to make good friends. Through Mirror of Dhamma program, if you write to us, if you send emails, we are putting you to groups. Then through those groups, you will start associating good friends, Kalyana Mittas. Like through the Mirror of Dhamma program, kids from Toronto know kids in England. Kids from Australia know kids in England. And now they are connected each other. They are working hand to hand. They are working in harmony to develop the Gautama Buddha Sasana. So, during the last few programs, we have not received that much good deeds. At least if you are listening to this Mirror of Dhamma program, send us an email. With your parents' WhatsApp number, send us an email. Then we can connect all of you all to have friends. So gradually, when you grow up, when you know good friends, those good friends will not invite you to do bad things. They will invite you to do good deeds. What a blessing for you all. What a blessing for the children living in foreign countries and in Sri Lanka as well. So, as a Buddhist community, as disciples of the Supreme Buddha, we should get together and uplift the Gautama Buddha Sasana. We should protect the Buddha Sasana for the future generation. Now, Siddhinu Dhammputa and Devanga daughter is now conducting one session in this program. They are managing the radio station, the Colombo Dhamma Friends online radio station. Then Devanga daughter is recording, doing voiceovers. So you don't have to volunteer, but then if you send us an email and then say that you are listening to Mirror of Dhamma program, we can give some work for you to do and gain merit. So there are 5 factors to break the first precept, abstaining from killing living beings. To break that precept, the first factor that should be fulfilled is, it should be a living being. It should be a living being. Should be aware that the being is alive. Should be aware that the being is alive. You should know that animal is alive or human being alive. Should have the intention to kill. Now, even while sweeping, don't ants die? Yeah, that is not considered as killing. But out of compassion, you can use a soft broom. Should make a plan to kill. Should make a plan to kill. And the being should die due to that plan. Imagine you do a plan, but then the animal escapes and go. The animal escapes and go. And then he will live. But imagine you hit from a stone. So that animal might not die being hit by that stone, but later he could die. Yet by hitting by a stone would lead you to get a bad karma, to have a bad karma. So what are the 5 factors that should be fulfilled to break the first precept? Should be a living being, should be aware that the being is alive, and should have the intention to kill, and should make a plan to kill, and the being should die due to that plan. These 5 things should be completed. Imagine if you go to a party or else to a friend's house. Maybe your parents would cook you meat and give you. See when you eat that whether you have completed these 5 factors. So, therefore children, we should not kill living beings. And if you accidentally kill an animal or without knowing, by any chance if you have any doubts in the first precept, see whether you have completed or fulfilled these 5 factors. All these 5 factors should be fulfilled. Then only you will break the first precept. Now see how much clearly the Buddha has preached about precepts. That's why this Dhamma is known as Swakkata, well taught by the Blessed One. Therefore children, don't kill living beings. If you kill living beings, you will have short lifespan. So the next precept is children, Adinnādāna veramani sikkhapadan samadhiyami. I abstain from stealing one's belongings. See what Buddha has said. Buddha has preached us that we have to avoid taking what is not given and must refrain from taking what is not given. Must accept only the things given. Must willing to take only the given things and lead a life with pure mind, totally out of stealing. Now, even in terms of stealing, we should complete these 5 factors. The first one is, the property belongs to another person. The property should belong to another person. And we should have the awareness that property belongs to another person. We should know that this belongs to another person. Imagine you are going to take something. Now you touch that. Have you broken the precept? No. Then you lift it. The moment you lift it, what happens? You break the precept. But then, these 5 factors should be completed. It should be something that belongs to someone else, and you should have the awareness that it belongs to someone else. Then should have the intention to steal. Sometimes we borrow with confidence, like from our friends, we take immediately with the idea and with the trust. With trust we take with the hope of keeping it back. That is not considered as stealing. So the 4th factor is, should make a plan to steal, and then should steal by using that plan also. So the 5th one is quite, we should explain it. Now imagine you can tell someone to steal something. So that person might steal something else. What happens? So you tell him to steal maybe a yellow color bag. He goes and steals a different bag. What happens? You don't break the precept, the other person will break the precept. So stealing can be done by you, and also you can make others to steal. So these 5 factors should be completed to break the 2nd precept. So stealing is bad. When you steal, what happens? His property, his or her property will be lost unexpectedly. Will be lost unexpectedly. Without knowing. Sometimes the managers steal. Sometimes thieves steal. Sometimes workers steal. Sometimes due to diseases, due to very serious injuries, we will have to spend a lot of money to overcome them, and we will lose all our wealth. We never know what would happen to our wealth if we steal. So stealing is totally bad. And then the 3rd precept is abstaining from sexual misconduct. So, what is this abstaining from sexual misconduct? Imagine there is a girl who is protected by the mother, who is protected by the father, protected by the parents, brothers, the sisters. If no sisters, relatives. Then by the family. Then by the Dhamma. Then those with husbands, engaged, or even those crowned with flowers by another man. So with such a girl, no one can have any sexual activities. If they have, they are breaking the precept. So, what happens when a person engages in sexual activities, sexual misconduct? What happens? He will have a lot of enemies. So, don't do things to have a lot of enemies. Then children, let's go to the next precept. The next precept is abstaining from telling lies. Buddha has preached, we must avoid telling lies and refrain from telling lies. Should only speak the truth. Should speak comparing truth by truth. Should speak words that are accepted. Now some people speak words that cannot be accepted at all. Should not deceive the world. Have a hope, I am not deceiving anyone. In 8 ways you can break the 4th precept. Telling that you have seen something that you haven't seen. Telling that you have heard something that you haven't heard. Telling that you have experienced the things that you haven't experienced. Telling that you know the things that you do not know. The things that you do not know, you tell that you know. And the things that you have not seen, you say you have seen. The things you have not heard, you say you have heard. The things you have not experienced, you will say, I have experienced. I have visited Disney World, I have gone to this country, I have gone to that country. Telling lies. And then the things that you don't know, you will tell that you know. Therefore, children, don't tell lies. Why? When you tell lies, you will be accused for no reason. Would you like to get accused for no reason? If you do not like, what should you do? You should abstain from telling lies. So, in 8 ways you can tell lies. But remember, in this precept, 8 factors do not have to be fulfilled. Even if you break one condition, you will break the precept. Children, the simile Buddha taught us for a person to explain the danger of telling lies. If someone is telling lies, his life is like an empty bucket. His life is like a bucket turned upside down. In that bucket, you can't use that bucket. Imagine the bucket is turning upside down. You can't keep water, you can't fill water, and you can't use that vessel for any reason. You can't accumulate water in that. It's like an empty vessel. So, but if the vessel is filled with water or food, then you can make use of the vessel. So don't become empty vessels by telling lies. 5th precept. What's the 5th precept? Suramere majjapama dattana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Abstain from using intoxicating drinks, drugs and liquor. Intoxicating drinks and drugs. Meritorious children, Supreme Buddha has preached us that we must avoid taking intoxicating drugs and liquor, which cause intoxication and delay. What does it cause? Intoxication and delay. Now what are these things? Toddy, arak, beer, wine, brandy, whiskey, cigars, cigarettes, heroin, all these things cause intoxication and delay. Now you might be small, but you might be very young, you might not feel like having these things, but in the future you have this danger. Write down in a diary that I will never take alcohol and drugs. Arhan Sariputta, in a past life, he was a king. He was addicted to take alcohol and drugs. And he was intoxicated eating meat. One day, the cook did not have any meat to cook. Then finally, what happened? The cook went to the cemetery and brought human flesh and cooked and gave to the king. The king ate. The king was so happy. The king said it was delicious. Then the king asked the chef, "What meat did you cook today?" Then the cook said, "Well, dear Lord, I can't say." Then the king said, "No, tell me." Then after inquiring many times, after asking many times, the chef said that it's human flesh. Then the king said, "Continue preparing human flesh, no need other meat." Then he took the prisoners. The prison became empty. Afterwards, what happened? Prisoners were empty. Couldn't find human flesh also one day. Finally, the cook couldn't find human flesh. Then finally what happened? The own son was killed. The own son was killed for meat. But then after eating the son's flesh, what happened? Next day, the king was looking for the son. After his hangover was over, after his intoxication was over, when he was looking for the son, he realized that he has killed his own son for meat. That day he thought, from today onwards, I will not take alcohol. From that life until he became an arahant and passed away, did not take alcohol and drugs. So have a strong determination thinking that I will never take intoxicating drinks and drugs, and worship Arahant Sariputta. Think of Arahant Sariputta and worship him and think, may I never take alcohol and drugs, may I never take alcohol and drugs, may I never have a single thought or a hope or a small wish to take alcohol and drugs. May Arahant Sariputta help me, may Arahant Sariputta's relics help me. Think like that. This precept will be broken by taking at least an amount of drop of any intoxicating drugs and liquor which is equal to a dewdrop. Therefore, children, don't take alcohol and drugs. Now, in some medicine we take, there are some alcohol, but that is a medicine. But you can't take that for intoxication. Only for medication, you can take it. So, you learn about the 5 precepts. And remember, when you take alcohol and drugs, you will become mentally retarded, become physically damaged. Your body will not be completed very well. You will become physically and mentally ill. So why should we become mentally and physically ill in many lives just by getting intoxicated for a couple of hours? Why should we ruin this life just by drinking, spending so much money to lose your mindfulness? People work day and night so hard, and then end of the day they go to a club or to a liquor bar and take alcohol, and then they go home, and then without enjoying with the family and friends, without living happily and peacefully with the family and friends, they spend the day in a meaningless way and spend half of their salary sometimes for alcohol. Sometimes the entire wealth is destroyed just because he or she is addicted to alcohol and drugs. So Buddha has preached, if there's a person with good virtue and right view, he will be reborn in the heavenly worlds after his death. And you will experience 5 benefits by protecting precepts. What are the 5 benefits? The virtuous person would get much wealth. If you like to become very rich, be virtuous. He will have a good reputation. Anyone would be happy to recruit you for a good job. Anyone would give you any responsibility. Even your parents, your school teachers will trust you because you are virtuous. Not with wealth or by beauty you can develop trust. Only by being virtuous you can develop trust. So try to be trustworthy, children. Buddha preaches, the virtuous person would go to any assembly and face any situation without fear. That means a person who protects the precepts can go to any assembly without any fear. He knows he is a good person. The virtuous person would die mindfully. That means a lot of people are not dying mindfully. The virtuous person would be reborn in the divine world after his death. So the people who are not virtuous, they get the opposite of this. They can't go to any assembly. They'll become very poor. No good reputation, a bad reputation will develop. And then they would not be able to go to any assembly with a confident mind. And then they will die with a confused mind. And then they will be born among animals, demons, and in low-class families. Therefore, protect the 5 precepts and realize the 4 noble truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, now we have come to the session of Paritta chanting. Chanting the Buddha's teachings to gain protection for our lives. So, during the Buddha's time, back in Buddha's time, when Lechivis were affected by 3 fears in Vishala, in the city of Vishala, the 3 fears were drought, then diseases, and also demons. So these are the 3 fears that affected the people. Then the Blessed One, out of compassion, visited the city of Vishala, and then he chanted, the Blessed One chanted the Ratana Sutta. And afterwards, Arahant Ananda, Venerable Ananda was instructed and advised to chant the Ratana Sutta by memorizing it and remember it by heart and chant the Ratana Sutta. And before that, Venerable Ananda took alms bowl and filled with water, and Venerable Ananda chanted the Ratana Sutta and sprinkled that water in the city of Vishala. And afterwards, the city of Vishala came back to normal, the people came back to normal, and then it became a place for human beings, suitable for human beings to live. So, since we are also going through a hard time because of this corona virus, we should also gain protection from the Ratana Sutta. So now we are hoping to chant the Ratana Sutta in Pali and English both. So if you have this book at home, please get ready with this book. Take this book and sit on the floor, but don't keep this book on the floor. Hold it by your both hands, or keep it on a table, and then turn to page 19, and then turn to page 19. Then you will find the sutta, Ratana Suttang, the Jewel Discourse. So the ones who does not have the Paritta chanting book, don't worry. We have added a link. If you are listening through the YouTube or through the other media platforms, there will be a link. You can go to that link and find it. The others, they can chant together with me. And next time, you can go to the Mahamevanawa Buddhist Monastery's website and find and search for Ratana Sutta. And you can go to sereencolombo.org website, and also over there, if you search for Ratana Sutta, you will find the text, the sutta, and next time be ready with the sutta to chant together with me. So now let's chant the Ratana Sutta. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Yanida bhutani samagatani Bhummani vayani va antalikhe Sabbeva bhuta sumana bhavantu Athopi sakkacca sunantu bhasitang. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky,
May all these beings have happy minds. Listen closely to my words. Tasma hi bhutani sametha sabbe mettang karoth manusiya pajaya divacharatto cha haranti ye baling tasma hi nerakhata appamatta. Pay attention, all you beings. Show kindness to those humans who by day and by night offer much merit to you. Therefore guard them diligently. Yang kinci vittang idavahurang va Sagesu ayang ratanang panitang Nano samang athi tathagatena Idampi buddhe ratanang panitang Etena saccena suvatti hotu. Whatever treasure in this world or in other worlds, or whatever precious jewel is in the heavens, none is equal to the Buddha. In the Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Khayang viragang amatang panitang yadajjaga sakya muni samahito natena dhammena samathi kinchi idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. The calm Sakyan sage found the undefiled, dispassionate, deathless Nibbana. There is nothing equal to that state. In the Dhamma is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Yam buddha setto parivannai sucing samadhimanan tarikanyamahu samadhina tena samona vijjati idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. That purity praised by the Buddha, called concentration with immediate result. That concentration has no equal. In the Dhamma is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Ye puggalattha satang pasattha chattari etani yugani honti te dakhineya sugatassa savaka ete sudinnani mahaphalani idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. The 8 persons praised by the wise, these 4 pairs are the gift-worthy disciples of the well-gone one. Gifts given to them yield abundant fruit. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Ye suppayutta manasa dalhena nikkamino gotama sasanam hi te pattipatta amatang vigaiha laddha mudha nibbuting bhunjamana idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvathi hotu. Those who are well trained, freed from all defilements, and with minds firm in Gautama Buddha's training, upon attaining Nibbana, they plunge into the deathless, freely enjoying the liberation they have gained. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Yathinda khilo pathaving sitosiya chatubhivate bhiya sampakampiyo tathupamang sappurisang vadami yo ariya saccani avecca passati idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. As a stone post firmly grounded in the earth cannot be shaken by the four winds, so is the superior person, I say, who clearly sees the noble truths. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Ye ariya saccani vibhavayanti gambhira panyena sudesitani kinchapite hanti bhusappamatta nate bhavang atthamang adiyanti idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. Those who comprehend the noble truths, well taught by the Buddha of deep wisdom, no matter how negligent, would not take an eighth existence. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Sahavassa dassana sampadaya tayassu dhamma jahita bhavanti sakkaya ditti vicikiccitanca sīlabbataṃ vāpi yadatti kinci chatuva pāyehi ca vippamutto cacabithānāni abhabbo kātum idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. For one who has attained to right view, three fetters are at once abandoned: self-centered view, doubt and clinging to wrong practices, freed from the four planes of misery. He is incapable of committing the six major wrongdoings that lead to hell. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Kincapi so kammang karoti papakang kāyena vācā udacētasāvā abhabbo sotassa paticchādāya abhabbatā dittha padassa buttā idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvathi hotu. Though he might do some evil deed, by body, speech or mind, he cannot hide it. Such is impossible. For one who has seen the Dhamma in the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Vanapagumbe atha pussitagge gimhana mase pathamasmin gimhe tathupamang dhamma varang adesai nibbana gaming paramang hitaya idampi buddhe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvathi hotu. Like woodland groves in blossom in the first heat of summer is the sublime Dhamma taught by the Buddha, leading to Nibbana and giving the highest happiness. In the Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Varo varanyu varado varaharo anuttaro dhamma varang adesai idampi buddhe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvathi hotu. The excellent Supreme Buddha, the knower of Supreme Nibbana, the giver of Supreme Nibbana, the bringer of Supreme Nibbana, taught the excellent Dhamma. In the Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Khinang puranang navannathi sambhavang viratta cittayatike bhavasmin te khina bija virulhichanda nibbanti dhira yathayam padipo idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvathi hotu. The liberated ones all karma is destroyed with no new arising, their minds not drawn to future birth, their old seeds destroyed with no more growing. The Arahants fade out just as this lamp has done. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Yani dhabhutani samagatani bhummani vayani va antalikhe tathagatan deva manussa pujitang buddhang namassama suvathi hotu. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Buddha, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Yani dhabhutani samagatani bhummani vayani va antalikhe tathagatan deva manussa pujitang dhammang namassama suvathi hotu. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, We respectfully worship the Dhamma, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Yani dhabhutani samagatani bhummani vayani vantalikhe tathagatan deva manussa pujitam sanghang namassama suvatthi hotu. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Sangha, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Etena saccena suvatti hotu. By this truth, may there be well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, now you have come to the meditation session. So today we will be practicing loving kindness meditation. Children, when you practice loving kindness meditation, you will experience 11 benefits. So first of all, I will teach you the 11 benefits. Then you will have a happy mind to practice the loving kindness meditation. Children, this loving kindness meditation should be practiced just like a vehicle. Like a vehicle is moving, we should always practice loving kindness. So the benefits are, when you practice loving kindness meditation, you will sleep very well. You can wake up very well. You won't see evil dreams. You will become dear to humans, and also you will become dear to non-humans. Deities will protect you, and no fire, no poison, no weapon can affect someone. One can concentrate the mind quickly. One's facial complexion is serene. One dies without any confusion. If one does not attain a higher stage of enlightenment, one will be reborn in the Brahma world. So if you like to go to a Brahma world, what should you do, children? Practice loving kindness meditation. Now, haven't you seen evil dreams? Falling from high-rise buildings, from mountains in the night? Haven't you seen funerals, nightmares, funerals in the night? So if you don't like to see these evil dreams, what should you practice? Loving kindness. Genuinely spreading thoughts of loving kindness. Genuinely practicing wholesome thoughts and practicing wholesome qualities. So let's practice loving kindness meditation. Now close your eyes. Sit in a comfortable posture. Sit in a comfortable posture and then close your eyes and think according to what I say. I am too closing my eyes and meditating. So I will utter the verses of loving kindness meditation genuinely, wholeheartedly. Wish for the happiness of others and wish for the happiness of yourself and others too. So listen to me and think according to what I say. Sit in a comfortable posture. Okay, now let's spread loving kindness. May I be free from anger. May I be free from ill will. May I be free from jealousy. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be
free from physical suffering. May I live in peace. May I live happily. Now let's wish for the happiness of the beings who are living at the place you are right now. It could be your house. May all beings in this place be free from anger, be free from ill will, be free from jealousy, be free from mental suffering, be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in this city. Now children, there are many beings in this city. There are animals, creatures, demons. There are many non-human beings and many human beings also. So try to spread loving kindness to all those beings. Think that there are enormous living beings in this city. Think of them and spread loving kindness. May all beings in this city be free from anger, be free from ill will, be free from jealousy, be free from mental suffering, be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in this province be free from anger, be free from ill will, be free from jealousy. May all beings in this province be free from anger, Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in this country be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. Children, next, we are going to spread loving kindness towards all beings living in this world. So think about the world. Okay, now let's spread loving kindness. May all beings in this world be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in all worlds. Now, children, we should think of all beings in all worlds. Without neglecting anyone, we can spread loving kindness. How fortunate we are. Let's spread loving kindness to all living beings in all worlds. May all beings in all worlds be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings be well and happy. Be well and happy. Now slowly open your eyes. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Meritorious children, now you have come to the good deeds session. Now the program is given to Dinu Dhamputha and Devanga daughter. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. I am Dinu Daham from Toronto, Canada, and today I'm here with Devanga.
Namo Buddhaya. I am Devanga from Toronto, Canada. You have now come to the Good Deeds session. Today we'll be watching the good deeds done by Sanuli Upasika, Hiru Upasika, and Kevindu Upasika.
The first meritorious deed was done by Sanuli Upasika. She has sent a drawing about the importance of Binara Full Moon Poya Day. Let's see the drawing she has sent. Many merits to Sanuli Upasika for sending us this magnificent drawing.
The next good deed was done by Hiru Upasika from Toronto, Canada. He observed the 10 precepts on the Poya Day. Here's the email he sent. Namo Buddhaya Swamin Vansa. I am Hiru and I am 8 years old. These days I am observing the 10 precepts until Poya Day. Today is my 14th day. I got up around 5:06 a.m. and got ready for Sil. Then I prepared and offered the Buddha Puja with beautiful flowers, a glass of pure, cool water, candles, and sweet fragrance. After the Buddha Vandana, I read stories from heavenly mansions and ghost stories. Then I read the verses of Mahamoggallana from the Sutta Friends website. After that, I watched Serivani Jajatakya. After preparing and offering the lunch dana, I read some Dhammapada stanzas, watched the Mirror of Dhamma program, and did loving kindness meditation. After that, I prepared gilampasa for my Supreme Buddha. After observing the 5 precepts around 3:20 p.m., I chanted Moda Parita and Angulimala Parita, and before going to sleep, I observed 10 precepts again, did loving kindness meditation, and worshipped my parents. I share all my merits with our Pinwath Loku Swamin Vansa, Jivananda Swamin Vansa, Vichidavansa Swamin Vansa, Colombo Dhamma Friend Swamin Vansa, and all the Swamin Vansas and nuns in Mahamayanava and in the world. May they all realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. In addition, I would like to share all my merits with my parents, all the volunteers, and all the members of the group. Many merits, Teruan Saranai Hiru. He also sent some pictures of himself spending the Poya day. Let's see them. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Those were some gorgeous pictures.
The next good deed was done by Kevindu Upasaka. He illustrated his favorite part of the Kurunga Miga Jataka. Here's an email his mom sent. Namo Buddhaya. We really appreciate and Godak Pin for conducting various programs for children. This week, my son Kevindu Fernando from Melbourne followed the lesson 3 about Kurunga Miga Jataka story. One of the questions was to illustrate your favorite part of the story. Teruan Saranai Himashi Fernando. Let's see the drawings he sent. That was an amazing drawing. We rejoice in your merits that you have collected.
Today we watched many good deeds done by children all around the world. May you also have the opportunity to send your good deeds to our email address.
These meritorious deeds will help us to propagate the Dhamma and teach others to do meritorious deeds as well. We rejoice in your good deeds. The whole world is rejoicing in them too. May all of us have the opportunity to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Teruan Saranai. Namo Buddhaya.
Dear children, today's Dhamma sermon was sponsored by Cheranga Hatangala and Bodhi Dayananda. Reason is our loving daughter's Kenoli Hatangala's 7th birthday. So she's 7 years, and to bless her for living for 7 years and then for her to gain long life, their parents have decided to help to propagate the Buddha's teachings and to bless their child, Kenoli Hatangala. And then they wish to share merit with all the gods and Brahmas. May all the gods and Brahmas rejoice in this merit, and may they protect this family who have sponsored for this program, and protect everyone who is taking part with this program. And may all the Devas and Brahmas rejoice in this merit and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may all the departed relatives of all of us rejoice in this merit, be well and happy, have happiness, escape from suffering, and may they have happy lives and escape from suffering forever one day and realize the Four Noble Truths. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may our teacher, Loka Swamin Wahansa, and may all the monks and nuns of Mahamayanava Buddhist monasteries and all over the world rejoice in this merit. Be well and happy, be well and happy, be well and happy. Have long life, well-being, happiness, comfort, and may all the good thoughts come true, and may all the monks and nuns of Mahamuna Buddhist Monastery, headed by Avalokoswamin Wahanse, realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may Kenuli Hatangal daughters, grandparents, parents rejoice in this merit. I think the daughter says, especially our parents, for nurturing us and giving us this valuable gift of Dhamma and always encouraging us to live by Dhamma. May this merit help them to have long, healthy lives. May they have more chances to gain merit and understand the Four Noble Truths. See, what a good message. May they have more chances to gain merit. What a wholesome thought. May they have more chances to gain merit. I wish that for everyone here, may you have more chances to gain merit to your lives and understand the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And let us share merit with the monthly donors, people who have dedicated to make donations on monthly basis to Shraddha TV. May they also be well and happy, have happiness, well-being, comfort, and may they be protected by devas, and may they escape from suffering, and may they realize the Four Noble Truths, achieve Nibbana in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Hope to see you again in next week with a new topic. Namo Buddhaya. Teruvan Saranai.